quick. Boom. Okay. So I need about not even a minute. Give me 20 seconds. Hold up. Had to get my coffee there. A little bit of coffee. Okay, so I know, first, I'm gonna cut this down so that the first minute is not actually just like silence or something like that. I know that's boring, but let me see. I got this. All right. So when I was in school, I knew this girl who took Adderall. I might have been in like 4th grade, and I knew this girl who took an Adderall prescription for ADHD, and the Adderall was so strong that all she could do all day was make Doraemon comics, which is like a little Japanese cat guy. So she was making these Doraemon comics all day long. She was like autistic or something. Like, she was the horse girl in class. And I was like the self-proclaimed best artist in my class. Like, I thought I was a good artist. So I asked her if I could help her with one of her comics. She didn't really have any friends or anything. She didn't get along with anybody. Nobody particularly liked her. So I'm just, in my head like, oh, I'm going to ask her to help her with one of her Doraemon comics, and she's going to say yes. But she immediately said no. So I'm like, oh man, this horse girl is telling me I'm not good enough to work on one of her autistic, Adderall-driven comics, right? But, she would read these like fucking wolf books. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. They were like fucking wolf books, like books about wolves. And they're like, I never read anything like that, so I can't imagine what it's like. But it's like wolves are the characters. So all the characters are different wolves, and they're like in a pack or something crazy like that. So I started making joke wolf books, like little staple books that were a parody of the wolf books that she read. I must have been in like 4th grade, but I put all my friends into the wolf books. I don't even remember what they were about. I just remember her being mad. She was mad that I was making joke wolf books. So, yeah. She fucking, I guess, you think, like, okay, my daughter is highly autistic. She has ADHD. We need to give her Adderall to put her in school. They thought it would make her do her work and behave and all that, but it actually was kind of like the opposite. She was so busy drawing and making these fucking comics that she was like lagging behind, you know what I mean? So I remember that. I took Adderall for a little while whenever I was in school, and there were days where I was just like, I'm just going to draw all day. I'm just going to fucking draw. I don't feel like doing work. I just want to draw pictures and shit. Draw like aliens and fucking like make up types of guns and shit. Make up different types of guns. Draw them. Pull a ruler out. But yeah. That's I remember whenever I was in alternative school, actually, I was on Adderall, and I would draw so often. Like, I would draw these like really intricate. Fuck, I just had a stroke. Intricate. I would draw these really intricate, like ornate, like scenes, I guess, like almost like Sistine Chapel type shit. And it was the background kind of looked psychedelic. Like it always looked really like just patterns and stuff like that. But one day these girls were in my class and they were making like a rhyme. They were making like a rhyme about every kid in our class. So they were like, Contrail goes to Mars because he got bars. And they got to me and they were like, Will goes to Saturn to make art patterns. And one of the girls was like, girl, what the hell is an art pattern? That ain't even a thing. And that's funny. So that's something that made me laugh. Anyway, that's all. What the fuck is an art pattern? What did that even mean, fo? Yeah, that's it. Anyway, let me see. Okay, so here's something. I don't want to be an asshole about this because it's none of my business. It's not my computer, but my grandpa turned ad block off of his computer. Like, I get it. Maybe you're like, this is like not a good program. This is like a virus. I don't know. I can't possibly imagine how they would think because I've never thought that way. Seeing something that's so blatantly, like, obviously not a virus and being like, I wonder if this is a virus. Like, I don't know. But turned ad block off. And all I could think was, you like seeing the ads? You want ads? Because that's the thing. Since I turned it off, if anybody else would have since I put it on the computer, if he would have put it on the computer, he would have been like, this is actually a much better way to do things. I hate ads. But since I put it on the computer, he's probably going to be like, actually, I prefer to see the ads. I like the ads. Trying to find a way to justify it just because it's something I put on there, so you got to get it off. You got to get it off now. Actually, I like seeing the ads. I miss seeing the ads. I remember the good old days when I would see the ads and I would say, I need that product, and let me go to Amazon right now and order it. Anyway, yeah. That's the headline there. If I didn't do it, it would have stayed on there. But since I did it, it's not. It's got to go. And whatever justification needs to be made for it to have been taken off is going to be made. So anyway, my aunt. I'm going to talk about my aunt for a minute because I was talking to my aunt not too long ago, and this is going to be like a little family time, a little story time type beat, this one. So I was talking to my aunt, and she was talking about we were talking about the OJ case, and they were like, oh, this is the that was the case of the century. This is like, all right, yeah, okay, sure. Fucking, maybe wait until TV has been around for a century to say that, but okay, sure, it's the case of the century. And if you're wondering, commercially available, like, regular TVs didn't start coming into people's homes until like the 60s, 50s, 60s. But I think they were working on the CRT television, the cathode ray tube, around the 40s. Not to give you some false information here, but, and then I'm not quite sure whenever color TVs came around, but yeah, fucking case of the century. TVs have been around for 70 years, something like that, 60 years. But talking about OJ, we're going over the fucking Ron Goldman was the guy that OJ, or allegedly the guy that OJ had fucked with, killed. And I said something like, I'm surprised Ron Goldman didn't go away. He was a big guy. He was a tall guy. He should have been able to run fast. And my aunt said, no, he wasn't. And it was right then in that moment that I realized it doesn't matter what I say or do. If I'm saying it, my family is going to disagree with it. I got a loud mouth. I got a big mouth. So every time I say something, they love to disagree with me. They love to argue with me. They love to fucking go off on these tangents. So I say, Ron Goldman was a tall guy. I'm surprised he couldn't run away. And she says, no, he wasn't. And I'm like, yeah, I think Ron Goldman was like 6 foot. And she's like, no, he wasn't. And I'm like, what? Oh, you just looked it up just now before I said that? You looked it up, that you were curious how tall Ron Goldman was? Just totally off the bat. You know by heart how tall he is? I do. And it's like 6 foot. So, anyway, apparently he was taller than OJ. If you look it up, I don't know though. The statistics. What am I from? You know, they go from like 5'8" to like fucking 6'2". But anyway, she's a short lady. My aunt's a short woman, so she was like, it doesn't matter how tall he was. And I was like, yeah, it does. It matters how long his legs were. And she was like, I would have just ran away from OJ. And it made me laugh to think my aunt thinking she could have run away from OJ, the 6 foot football player. It made me laugh to think my fucking 5'5" aunt thinks that she could run away from OJ Simpson if he was chasing her with a knife. And I was like, I don't think you could have run away from OJ. And she said I would hide under a car. And number one, I don't think you're hiding under a car. I don't know if you know my aunt. I don't think she's hiding under any cars. And number two, I have a strong feeling that OJ would, if you crawled up under a car, I have a strong feeling OJ would just crawl and then stab you. A crawl stabbing. I don't know if that's ever been committed, but anyway. Fucking a crawl stabbing. He's gonna stab you while he's crawling. He's like, you gotta crawl on one arm and then 2 of your legs, and then one hand is stabbing. You probably lose your balance trying to do that, but I don't know anything about that. I've never committed that. But yeah, I was thinking about the car thing, the fucking the hiding under, where she said she'd hide under a car, and it made me think of oh yeah, okay, this is what she said. So she's like, I'm running away from OJ. I'm gonna run away. I'm like, no, I don't think you're getting away from OJ. He's fucking like 6 foot. And she says, adrenaline rush? Wait, adrenaline rush? And I'm like, that's so funny. That's the ultimate, like, familial argument cop-out for anything. Like, but what about an adrenaline rush? That would make me run faster than 6 foot football player OJ while I'm 5'4". And I don't run often. I have bad knees. I have autoimmune disorders. But I'm running away from OJ. Adrenaline rush, like an adrenaline rush it doesn't give you fucking superpowers. You're not gonna fucking, it might make you a little faster. It's not gonna make you fast. It's not gonna make you fast enough to defy fucking the laws of physics. Like, okay, the thing with the lady lifting up the car, right? It's not like it made her muscles more capable of lifting a certain amount of weight. It just turned her brain off to recognizing that it hurts to lift that amount of weight, right? So there is like a hydraulic maximum for the amount that your muscles, the amount of force that your muscles are able to generate, and they're not generating more than that maximum if you have an adrenaline rush. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And adrenaline rush is funny. Claiming like adrenaline rush, that's like the but wait. You haven't taken into account that I have superpowers when I get scared. So yeah. Older white people talk about modern rap and mumble rap being violent. But not to say that like older white people do, because look, I like older white people better than people that on average that listen to this shit. But you can't talk about violence culture and then you grew up watching fucking Tom and Jerry and Popeye. I'm sorry, you can't. When you were a kid, you watched you watched them smash each other on the head with hammers all day long. You're like, yeah, get him, kill him right now. I'm upset because they never actually kill each other. They just fucking go back and forth all day. You're watching Tom and Jerry. He smacks the fuck out of him with a sledgehammer. A pink knot pops up on his head, like 3 feet tall. He's fucking like, he's seeing stars. That's what you watched as a kid. Now you might be thinking to yourself, it's just a cartoon. Yeah, you know what else is just a cartoon? Your mom. But raps are just songs. It's just music. You can say that about anything. It's just a song. But fucking horror movies also, because you have your older white folks that talk about how they hate rap culture, and then you have your like millennials, your like Republican millennials, and these are the same guys who will watch horror movies, right? They're like, oh man, I love the original Freddy movies and the Saw movies, I watch Chucky and shit, that's my jam. But then they're like, I don't like rap culture. Like, you watch somebody fucking slice somebody open, bro. You watch that on a movie. On the screen, you watch blood on the TV screen. That's what you want. That's what you like. And you're going to talk about rap being violent? I'm sorry, but they fucking, at least they're making money doing this shit. You're fucking not. Watching, and also, I don't even mind horror movies, but if you're watching something like Saw, which is literally just like torture porn, I think maybe you should be committed to an illegal immigration camp. You should be put in there with the cartel Mexicans, and then you can really see some violence. So how about that? Anyway, Colombian neckties, anybody? Yeah, that'll be good. Anyway, there's some kind of pheromone or specific smell in cumin that is also present in body odor. I didn't look that up or confirm that. That's just a thought that I had that might be true. It might not be true. Pheromones. Speaking of pheromones, fucking this has nothing to do actually with pheromones, but I like being hold up, that's not the one I want to do. Yeah, I have a little prompt thing right here. So, black women. Anybody like black women? I like being at my grandparents' house because I'll be on my phone or on their computer or something like that, and I'll be looking at something that is like absolutely the most retarded thing you've ever seen. And I'm hold up, I'm taking a sip of this coffee. I'll be looking at something that is like most certainly like the most ridiculous, most out of whack thing that you've ever seen, like a talking balloon, like sucking another balloon's cock or something like that. It'll just be like the most retarded shit, right? And for half a second, I'm like, oh, hold up, let me turn this off, because if anybody sees this, it's a problem. But then I remember, like, oh, or like I'm playing some like retard game. Like I could be playing like fucking some retard shit like Block Blasters or some shit. I don't know what Block Blasters is. I've never played that. I'm sure it's fine if you play that, but I don't know what it is. So I'm doing something, and then I'm like, shit, let me turn this off so I don't get caught lacking, like watching or playing some stupid shit. And then I remember, oh, it's my grandparents. They're like the Farmville generation. Like I don't think they give a fuck what I'm watching or fucking playing, to be honest. It'd be different if it was like fucking like somebody younger than me, somebody my age who's gonna fucking absolutely obliterate me for watching a fucking TikTok trend that's like 3 days too old. But fucking yeah. So I play retarded games and I watch retarded videos. So now you know that. Anyway. Yeah. Some of the black ladies. Oh yeah. Fucking black ladies. I'll tell you a little secret about black ladies. If you like black women, if you are interested in dating a black woman, if you have any interest at all at being friends with a black woman, and you are like, I don't know how to talk to black women. I don't know if they would like me. I don't know if they'd have any interest in me. I wouldn't even know how to begin to start a conversation with one. I'll tell you this. Black women are highly defensive. They're highly insecure. You might not believe this. You might not understand. You might not have ever seen this if you've never gotten to know a black woman. But they are highly insecure. They're highly defensive. They're highly offensive. So I'd say 80% of the time when there's a black woman and she is acting like defensive towards you, or like snooty, or like she don't, I'll say 50% of the time, maybe she really just doesn't like you. She doesn't want to be around you. Maybe that's what it is. But another 50% of the time, it's very possible that they don't think you like them. So they're pushing out like a self-defense mechanism like they're gonna not like you first before you don't like them. So if you show that you like them and you go out of your way to give them a specific attention, they will reciprocate it. They will respond to it well. But you have to go out of your way. That's the thing of black women. That's the thing. You have to go out of your way, okay? Especially if you're white, you have to. It's a little different, if you're not white, but black women are they're like. They're just like anybody else. It's gonna be a case by case basis. So, but on the other hand, they're not just like anybody else. They're like if you have a black woman on your side, you have your own personal like a lawyer almost. Like the black girl logic just always stands up. Black woman logic is crazy. Like they just do it. They know how to get things done. They know how to fight on your behalf. They can argue a point that's wrong and still win the argument. So, there you go. Anyway, I'll tell you the same thing about a white guy. That's what white guys and black women have in common. Actually, black guys, white women, black women, and white guys is just something that they all have in common. Not that basically I'm saying everybody, except not Indian guys. Indian guys, that's the opposite of Indian guys, black women, because an Indian guy can be arguing a point and be right and lose the argument. So anyway, I'm sorry, sir, I cannot help you. Like an Indian guy, like that Indian, not like a Native American. Just in case you were wondering what I was talking about. My grandma and her boyfriend just I don't know. I was telling you before about how my family, number one, if anything is mine, if anything is something I've interacted with, they will fuck with it. They will put it somewhere I can't find it. They will fucking destroy it. They will find a way to fuck with it because it's mine. They are biased. Number two, what is this? Number two, if I say anything, I'm automatically wrong. I'm automatically dumb. That's why the fucking OJ thing was so crazy. Because it's like, I'm telling you right now that OJ is fucking around the same height as Ron Goldman. At least that's what Google says, because I fucking looked it up, okay? Now, maybe Google's wrong. I'm still wrong. But why don't you look it up instead of just assuming you're right? Anyway, I'm not mad about the fucking OJ thing. The point that I'm getting at is, my grandma and her boyfriend are buying a house, and I think they're getting scammed. And I want to tell them, but they're not going to fucking believe me. I already 100%, this is a play-by-play. I mean, you know your family. You know what they're going to say before they even say it because you've been around them so long. So just bear with me here. Fucking, like, play-by-play, this is how it would go. Hey, she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, I'm sorry, but I think that you guys might be getting scammed for the house that you're buying. And she'd be like, no, I'm not. We talked to the bank. We went up there and they said everything was fine. And I'd be like, okay, well, did you already put the down payment on the house? Did you already give a payment? And she'd be like, yes, we already did. And they gave me the proper paperwork. And I'd be like, okay, they give you the paperwork. Now, did you meet somebody inside of the bank or did you meet them in the parking lot of the bank? And she'd be like, it's all legitimate, I promise. And I'd be like, yeah, but can you answer the question? And then she'd be like, you don't need to worry about this. You're stressing me out. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry, Grandma. Like, is there fucking, and then I'd have to change the subject because I'm stressing her out, right? And now, fucking a month later, it'd be like, if they did get scammed, right? She'd be like, apparently we lost the money, we got scammed. And I'd be like, how the hell did that happen? What the fuck? And then she'd be like, I don't know. I just don't know. Everything was exactly the way it was supposed to be. Hails bells. And I'd be like, damn, That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's fucking the worst. Why don't we try to find a way to get your money back? Why don't we contact the banker, file some kind of thing, you know? And she'd be like, no, I'm sick over this. I can't even think about it right now. So yeah, that's how it would go. Anyway. Yeah. That's what my grandma sounds like. If you were wondering. That's probably a fucking 9.5 out of 10 impression of my grandma. And you might be wondering, okay, your grandma's fucking accent is strong as molasses. How the hell do you not, or thick as molasses? How do you not have an accent? And it's because I don't know. I probably watched TV too much as a kid or something like that. I definitely 100%. That's why accents are dying. Because nowadays, children watch TV more than they talk to their parents. Typically, like if you're a Generation Z kid, or if you're Gen A, most likely you're watching TV more than you're talking to your parents. Most likely, you know. That's just based off of the data that I have from where I'm from. And if it's like that where I'm from, then I'm pretty sure that it's going to be like that everywhere else across the United States. So, but yeah. Accents are dying. Southern accents are dying. Now, I do have a Southern accent sometimes, but sometimes I'll try to kind of like push it down. It'll come out naturally sometimes, but Southern accents are dying. You know what accent isn't dying and it's growing actually? Can you guess? Ebonics, American Standard Ebonics. Ebonics Vernacular English. Yeah, they're fucking, I don't know, I guess naturally that's probably just the course that a language takes over time is like, you're like conjunctioning words, conjuncting, is that a word? Conjuncting? You're like, pushing words together and you're like making words smaller and it makes it easier to talk. You know, the way we talk, if somebody who spoke Old English in the somebody who spoke Old English in the fucking 16 or 1500s, number one, they would probably say the same thing that we say now to, or, we say now to Ebonics. They'd probably say, what the hell is that? What would they say? They'd say, what is that? Probably. They'd say, from whence hath that originated or some shit like that. They basically say, that sounds retarded. They'd say, that sounds crazy. And we'd be like, no, actually, this is just the way we talk. So, that's the equivalent of me going, yo, you sound crazy. And the guy being like, this is just the way I talk and shit, man. I just be talking like this, man. I be talking like this and shit. That's just the way I be talking. Except the difference is, that's not the way he be talking. And he's being disingenuous. And if you catch him talking at home to his mom, well, he might be talking differently. But, anyway. So, that's all. As far as that's concerned. Fucking I felt something like buzzing around my neck. Like I felt like a bug buzzing around my neck. Like a fly was landing on me or something like that. So I fucking slapped the back of my neck, and then I felt something like big fall down my shirt, and I like looked behind me onto the ground, and there was a fucking huge ass spider on the ground that I smacked and killed. That was on my neck somehow. It was on the back of my neck. And I was like, fuck, thank God that it didn't bite me after I smacked it, because I don't know what that is, but it's pretty big. It looks like a brown recluse. But, I thought they were supposed to be reclusive. Turns out it was on my neck. So, on the back of my neck. So, that's it. If you're wondering, if you want to completely immobilize your cat, if your cat's an asshole and you want to completely immobilize it, you grab the scruff of its neck and you pick it up. Don't do this if it's a big cat, because it might hurt. I don't know. It's not supposed to, because it's the fucking scruff. That's where its mom picked it up, but it's not if it's it's not a baby anymore. But you pick it up and then it just can't move. It can't move at all. So if your cat's an asshole and it scratches the hell out of you and you just want to fuck with your cat, you can do that. I don't do that. I don't even have a cat, but I saw somebody do it, and I just was reminded of that. whenever the spider. Maybe that's what the spider was trying to do to me. Maybe the spider was like trying to pick me up. It was like, fuck, man, this guy, fat ass. I can't pick this guy up for shit. And then he was probably trying to hop off, but he's like crawling back. He's crawling down, and I'm like, fuck, there's a fly buzzing around my neck. Smack him. Anyway. That's all I got for that one. I got a guitar here that I had to fix up. It was like broken completely in half. So I tried to like fix it up a little bit. I think I already talked about this, but I'm gonna play one riff and then I'm gonna be done. I don't like to be that guy. Actually, I'm not gonna play a riff. I'll play something else. But I wrote this. Oh, that's not how that goes. I don't remember how it goes actually. I can't do it. Actually, I don't know how to play. Can't do it on the spot. I promise I'm really good. That's a Maestro. A Gibson Maestro. So, if you were wondering, which you weren't, now you know. I ran out of conversation topics. The fucking autistic girl. Horse books. I'm gonna talk about that autistic girl. We were doing, I was in gifted when I was in school. Surprise, surprise. And, that wasn't a relevant detail to this story at all. I don't know why I brought that up, but, we were doing a Dirty Santa type thing, I guess. Secret Santa? I don't know what the hell the difference is, really, to be honest. But, basically, she got me as her to give me a gift, and we got to write notes for like what we wanted for the exchange. So I wrote on my on the note like, okay, this is what I want. I wanted a book, and I don't remember specifically which book that I wanted, but I wanted a new book that had just come out, and she got the note, and she was like, okay, and she went and got me a wolf book. I swear to God, she got me one of the wolf books, and she told me straight up after I got the gift. I'm not mad about this, right? I'm happy to get a gift at all, but she told me, they had the book that you wanted, but I wanted to get you the wolf book instead. And I was just curious, like, was the book that I wanted like too expensive or something like that? And she was like, no, it was actually the same price. So that made me laugh. But somebody else got my friend, my best friend at the time, Devin. They got him for the exchange, and they ended up buying him a scarf, and he opened it, and the whole time he was like, "This is a fucking stupid gift." He was so mad, like he was like talking about it, like, "I hate this gift," and that's like, I'm sure whoever bought that was like, "Damn, that sucks." But anyway, yeah, I remember I was in class one time, and we were going around the circle talking about our weekend, and I had a family member that was a lesbian. So she was like an older family member, but her girlfriend got in a car crash on the weekend. She was drunk driving, and she flew into a ditch. And I remember hearing somebody in my family say, if you're drunk, actually, while you crash, you're more likely to survive because you don't tense up. And I got in class, and they were like, "How was your weekend?" And I told them, like, did you know that actually, if you're in a car crash and you're drunk, you're actually more likely to survive? And my teacher was like, "What the hell, man?" So that's something I said to my teacher. We had a wax museum type thing, like an assignment one time, where we had to pretend to be like historical characters. I really don't remember who the hell I was being, who I chose. It was some founding father or something like that. So I got one of the like powdered wigs, and we were in class, and we were talking about just basically doing the wax museum. And I was like, I said, do I really have to wear this retarded wig? And my teacher was like, whoa, settle down there. She said, we don't say things like that. So I don't know why I felt it appropriate to just straight up say that, but I didn't have a filter when I was in school. I just kind of said whatever. That's half of the stuff I got in trouble for. It was just stuff like that. Like, it could have been like innocent if I would have said, do I really have to wear this goofy ass wig? I shouldn't have said that either, but I said retarded in particular. And my gifted teacher, I'm sure she was progressive as a gifted teacher. We learned about art a lot, and that's something that I'm really not too happy about. I wish we would have learned about more appropriate things, or like more just like things that you could have used later on in life. Like, instead they're teaching us about art. But me and my best friend at the time met in Gifted because we had a project that was basically like an art project for some kind of historical thing. And we got assigned together for the project, and we chose the yellow fever, which was like a fever that got carried by mosquitoes and stuff like that, and it killed a bunch of people. And so we were drawing the yellow fever, and we decided, we had just met, and we both decided to draw a bunch of like little dicks like in the sky, and we gave them wings, and we were like, these are mosquitoes. These are like actually mosquitoes, I swear. So nobody said anything because they probably thought we were just bad artists. So they were like, oh, that's good, buddy. That's good. So they hung it in the hallway and everything like that. They hung it up, so that's fucking hilarious. Anyway, this is going to be a short one. I'm going to cut it off here.